Hiya folks, Fuzz here, welcome to Dragon Quest XI. It is finally here, in two ways actually. First of all, it's actually been released, which is a bonus. And second of all, Amazon have actually managed to deliver it to me. Albeit a little bit later than expected, but here it is and I'm very excited to play this one. I've been waiting a long time for another traditional Japanese role-playing game, and a turn-based one at that as well. So as I say, not played a new game anyway with those kinds of features for a while, so I'm looking forward to getting into this. Thanks guys for all of your support on the channel. If you want to support this series, you can do so by liking the episodes and subscribing if you haven't already. And a big thank you to all of you who have supported me, either by YouTube sponsorship, Super Chat and or Patreon. So without any further ado guys, let's get started with Dragon Quest XI. Here we go. And as always, I'm going to try and be quiet through, during the cutscenes. But if they catch us by surprise, then you might get a wince of a word or two before I manage to shut up. Anyway, let's go. I've just gone ahead and created my adventure log then, and created my character name as Fuzz. One of the things I noticed is that you can actually adjust some of the settings I didn't to make the game harder. Not just a flat-out difficulty setting, but you can actually adjust some of the in-game options such as reduced experience and stuff. So I like the fact that we're getting that in Dragon Quest XI. I'm not sure if the other Dragon Quest games had that. But yeah, for some of you who are veterans of the series, you might want to check that out. As I say, I've kept everything at the default setting since this is my first playthrough, and let's get started here.
This child, he is the one.
There's the mark. There's no mistaking it. Oh my. What in heavens are you doing here? And after that awful storm, too. However did you survive? Oh, you're a jolly one. What's this? Oh, you poor thing. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's no need to be frightened anymore. You're safe now, little fellow.
Okay, so it looks like we're off, and there was a couple of glitches. I don't know if you guys saw that. Maybe it was the recording, but it could have been the game. So you can actually play this on multiple systems, Dragon Quest XI. I believe PS4 and PC. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other console that supports this. But I'm playing the PS4 version of the game. That said, if you're following along with my series, and you're playing the PC version, then it shouldn't actually make any difference whatsoever to you. And it has been a while for me, I'm going to be honest, since I last played a proper Dragon Quest main entry title. The last game I played from the franchise was Heroes #1, which is a spin-off, a more action-oriented tower defense style game, that one. So this, of course, is going to be taking us right back to the traditional Dragon Age numbered entries, and traditional JRPG as well.
Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony.
And I've done a job at avoiding all the spoilers, so I will not actually be sharing spoilers with you, but obviously if you're going to skip ahead these videos, then you should be aware of spoilers.
Here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there.
So here's Fuzz. And he has his first party member.
Looks like Sandy's keen to lead the way. Come on, best not keep her waiting.
Right, so we get control at this point, and I'm just going to have a very brief look at the controls here. Seems like traditional field controls, and we get a map in the bottom left hand corner. And if we press square on the PS4 controller, then we can actually bring up the main map. And it's a map I can understand. Oh, I love it when I get that in a game. There's nothing that irks me more than starting a game, an open world game or whatever the case may be, or a role-playing game of some kind, and you can't actually understand the map from head nor tail. But in this case, looks like that's not going to be an issue. And we've got certain options as well. Let's bring all that back. And let's just check out some of the game options, since I know some of you guys really are interested in all this stuff. So we'll head down to system settings, and I'll see first of all if we can go ahead and change the language from English to Japanese, although I don't see an option there to do that, so I'm going to assume the answer is no. That said, you can turn down the dialogue or turn it off completely if you just want to, you know, have these subtitles on screen. In fact, I might do that at some point, depends how annoying it gets trying to commentate over the in-game dialogue. We'll see how we go. For now, I'll leave it on. Battle mode, we can have free form fighting, control the camera and characters as you see fit, and you can have classic camera, basically an auto camera, so might have a fiddle about with that at some point, but for now we'll leave it as be. And anything else? Display brightness, that's probably self-explanatory, and claim special rewards. So I do actually have a bunch of stuff that I've managed to get as part of my pre-order bonuses. Now, this is interesting. I pre-ordered with Amazon, and who you pre-order with determines how you get specific rewards. For example, if you pre-order with Amazon, you get the Arivisti's Vest, whatever this is, along with some Seeds of Skill. But if you pre-order with GameStop, you get the Elevating Vest. Now, the reason I've got both is because Amazon sent me a pre-order code for the Elevating Vest. I didn't even notice, to be honest. I put it in, it worked. Then they messaged me this morning to say they sent me the wrong code, and then sent me the code for the item I was supposed to get, which is this vest here. So I've ended up with both. Not sure how they made that mistake, or how Amazon even had the codes for the GameStop exclusive item, but there we go. So I've actually got an extra 3 seeds of skill as well, because you get 3 with the Amazon code and 3 with the GameStop code, and 3 for the pre-order code, which comes with the game wherever you pre-order it from. So I've got 9 of these, and that's where these other 2 items have come from as well, just for pre-ordering the game by itself. So let's go ahead and leave those for now. We'll get them when we need them. We'll start moving ahead and actually play the game here. So we can chat to all of these guys. I think the ones with these pink exclamations are important people that we need to talk to. Or rather, they're people. They may or may not be important themselves, but they have important things to tell us. And that's exactly what she's telling us, actually. With some information about the map as well, which we've already looked at. Right, so we'll move ahead. The area we're in is Cobblestone Tour, and the plan, the first quest if you like, is that we somehow need to make our way up that giant pillar / mountain thingy. So more information for us here. Oh, so this is pleasant, isn't it? Just getting to take a stroll amongst the village. And we can chat to our party members at any point with triangle and then go into the party talk option. At the moment we don't have a huge, obviously, choice of what it is we want to do in this particular interface, since Gemma is our only party member. But I'm assuming that eventually we're going to be able to select the different members in order to see what they have to say for themselves. We'll chat to her, then we'll move on up. So obviously the camera is completely free. You can move it as you desire here. So if ever you need to look around as you play the game for anything, then you can do so. And you'll probably want to chat to everybody as you go as well.
Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it? My granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tour, you see. As long as I can remember, he's been preparing me for this day. The day it would finally be my turn to climb all the way up there and offer my thanks. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief? Well, not to worry. Since you and me were born on the same day, I'm lucky enough to have a bodyguard along for the journey. Come on then. That craggy old thing won't climb its... Oh.
Ah, typical. Just when you thought everything was going smoothly.
They're coming this way.
Right, this will be a good opportunity then to test out the combat. As we take care of the evil slimes here. And Dragon Quest XI is a turn-based system. So don't be put off by that if you're not used to turn-based combat systems. I haven't actually tested this fully myself yet, since this is my first fight. But from what I've read, it's actually quite an in-depth system, and will actually have you on the edge of your seat some of the time as well, despite the fact that you can literally just stare at the screen and make your decisions slowly. So we'll go ahead and select fight here, and attack. And let's attack Slime.
Crikey.
And, oh wow, the dog's actually helping us. So at the moment we don't have any other options apart from item, defend and equipment. terms of actually doing damage to the enemy though, attack is the place to be right now. And I can't see the health of these other party members, so I'm assuming they're not actually taking damage that we need to worry about right now. We can also go to tactics here, and we can set them up to do, I assume, what it is we want them to do. But right now, we're technically the only party member in terms of the combat here, so... Yeah, first battle. And we managed to survive. That would have been a bit embarrassing if we didn't, really. Right, one of the other features that treasure chest has just reminded me about Dragon Quest XI is that it is a massive treasure hunt. Okay, you really will want to explore all over the place because there's so much treasure to gain, and it's usually going to be useful treasure as well.
I'd have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been here to help me. And now we've got to go through that horrible, dingy cave. Just our luck. I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from. Well, as long as you're with me, I've got nothing to worry about. Come on, let's get going.
Yes, let's see what lies ahead of us. So we are going to be heading, obviously, after the dog into the cave. But since I mentioned exploring, why not start early? See if there's anything around here. And in this case, there is. I was going to say there isn't. But there you go, you see. Hidden treasure chest. And we got our first piece of equipment loot. So we can have a look at that if we want to. Yes, we can actually equip that with our cobblestone sword. So let's go ahead and equip the pot lid there. And there's also a crafting system in this game, but we won't need to worry about that for a while. At least not initially here. So we'll just check our map. Still in the same area that we started in. But that's all about to change as we head into the cave here of Cobblestone Tour. And begin our adventure. So... Dragon Quest XI is a traditional Japanese role-playing game in many ways. Not only in terms of the turn-based combat, but also in terms of the story. So don't expect any innovation in the fact that it's basically going to be, you know, a kind of hero that's sort of an outcast, has his own issues, and ends up saving the world. Saving the world from an oppressive evil that we've all seen many times before in these sorts of games. But that's absolutely fine, because as long as they're fun, we kind of expect the stories to be somewhat familiar to us. Well, I get close enough to a monster and a small orange arrow. Okay, so where Dragon Quest XI is somewhat of a departure from other Japanese role-playing games, including other Dragon Quest games, there's very few random encounters. Okay, most of the enemies, apart from a few exceptions which we don't need to worry about for now, are going to be very visible on the map, and we can enter into battle with them, or we can try and avoid them. So we can also get preemptive strikes by giving them a good wallop. There we go. Using the X key on the PS4 controller will let you do that. And one thing I'm going to try and do here is equip some gear from the pre-order bonuses that I've collected, because some of it I think gives us gold or experience or something along those lines. And we get that anyway, but we get to boost it by about 10%, so nothing spectacular, let's be honest about it. Where was it? Was it system settings? I saw that earlier. Claim special rewards, yes. And we'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure whether these reset each time you start a new game. I'm going to assume that they do. A clairvoyance card imbued with the power to restore health. Use this item to top up your health each turn, and you're sure to come up trumps against every enemy. Okay, let's just go ahead and get everything here. We can even get the Seeds of Skill, although I'm not going to spend those immediately. And we'll get the extra vest as well that I shouldn't have. And we'll leave those other Seeds of Skill for now. Let's go ahead and just see what we can equip here. So this is going to unequip our shield if we use this. So I don't want to do that just yet. We could go ahead with the Trodain bandana. I'm not sure where we got that from actually. That wasn't one of the pre-order bonuses. Right, so we get to choose between our Ariviste's vest or the elevating vest. So do we want extra experience, which is what this one gives us, or extra gold? Let's go for experience for now. And even though we only have one vest, and it does say the wearer gets awarded extra experience, one thing to note is that you'll actually get the extra experience on the entire party. Okay, this has been tested, and people over at Reddit have confirmed that the experience goes to everybody, despite the dialogue there. So, let's go ahead and equip these as well. We'll get health and stuff as we go through the battles. Bit of a bonus. And we'll leave the menu. And we get an in-game achievement, Amateur Itemologist. Oh, thank you very much. So let's just go ahead and see if there's anything hidden around here. In fact, okay, so this is a dead end, which means there's probably going to be a treasure chest, let's be honest, of some kind. Well, there's something over here, sparkly on the floor, medicinal herb. So, okay, maybe not a treasure chest, but treasure. And can we go down here? Nope. And we can see on the map that we have actually reached the end of that particular platform. So let's make our way now. Down south. And it's probably a good idea not to avoid combat, especially early on. We're going to want to start levelling up. And I just saw the heal there from the items we equipped, the accessories. And as far as I'm aware, if you've purchased the game, if you pre-ordered the game, doesn't matter where you got it from, those are the two items you should definitely get. Those two accessories that give you health and MP. And we got 5 experience points this time. I'm assuming that's because of the experience point vest that we equipped. And some treasure as well. There is also a pre-order bonus that I don't have. I'm not sure where you pre-order from. I think it might be the digital edition of the game, where you'll get more treasure after battle. So it's another vest, but instead of experience or gold, it's higher item drop rates. Come on, Sandy. So we'll go for the undamaged one, since we might one-shot it, but we didn't. And look at that, we're back at full health and MP. Although we do only have 2 MP. Not that we need it right now. Wow, that was terrifying.
Tough little blighters, aren't they? I'm so proud.
Hey, level up. Level hype. And look at all our stat increases there. Oh, we've got quite a bit of MP. An extra 4. So tripling what we had before. And obviously boosts to all our other stats as well. And look at this. A new spell has been learned. Fritz. Fuzz Fritz. So if we just go over to magic, can we see that? Nope, apparently not. Maybe we can check that out in battle. Right, so we'll continue to follow Sandy. He seems to know the way. And looks like there's a new enemy type up here. Oh, I didn't get the preemptive strike off. That's unfortunate. So one thing I'm going to do actually after this battle is have a look at changing out our weapon. So I'm not too fussed about having a shield right now, since we've got this healing accessory. which will hopefully do a good job at keeping our health up anyway. So we might just be able to get through battles a little bit faster if we can kill these enemies in single hits, rather than having to go through 2 rounds at a time. So the Cobblestone Greatsword, there we go, is a 2-hander. So we'll sacrifice some of that defence for extra attack here, and we'll see what happens. So we've got some preemptive action there. Let's have a look at that spell that we managed to get a hold of. Singes, rather, a single enemy with a small fireball. Oh, that was nice.
Tough little blighters, aren't they?
And here we have a new enemy type. These are needlers. One of the things I've always loved about the Dragon Age series is the enemy design. I think the enemies in this series are just awesome, they really are.
Crikey!
So you can still, did we check this out? I think we did, didn't we? Turn the camera around mid-battle, or you can set it as an auto camera if you prefer to do so from the options menu. Another medicinal herb to add to the collection. And if Doggy's going that way, I'm going to start by going this way, just in case there's anything to grab. There's some steps and some pots. Can we break these? Yes, we can. Now, can we swim? Not at the moment, so I think that's all we can get right now. Although I do believe we'll be able to swim later, solely by the fact that there's water on the map that we can't get into yet. It might just be there for effect, but I'm assuming it's not. Ah, more sparklies. Like I told you, you're going to be getting a lot of treasure in this game. And always try and get those preemptive strikes. That dude just took his turn by taking a dance, boosting his stats. Let's get rid of him.
Tough little blighters, aren't they? Well done!
Okay, some of this post-battle dialogue, tough little blighters, aren't they, and the like, could become a little bit annoying after 100 or so battles, but we'll see how we get on with it. And more stat increases, another level, level 3 now. Just as I play this introduction here, I'm just so excited about getting into this. I've been needing a traditional Japanese role-playing game fix for such a long time, and I enjoyed Ni no Kuni 2 so much, don't get me wrong, but it didn't quite, you know, have that traditional feeling to it, did it? It was more of an action-oriented role-playing game. The same with Final Fantasy XII, really.
Help! Help me! What? Cole?
Uh-oh, looks like our first boss.
You have to help him! It's not fog at all. It's more monsters.
And we're off. Smog monsters. Right then, so, should we see if they like a bit of fire? Since outside of normal attacks, that's pretty much all we're going to be able to do here. Okay, 8 points of damage. We'll check that out against our physical attacks in a moment here. Ah, physical attacks. Might not actually be that helpful to us. Nope. Right, so avoid physical attacks. Yeah, freeze him. It seems a bit OP actually, doesn't it? Well, the 2 accessories we've got that are healing us each round. I thought it was only going to be after the end of battle. Ah, when he's frozen, paralysed with fear, we can actually hit him with physical attacks.
Crikey!
Yeah, so Sandy seems to have learned that we need to keep this guy feared. So, clever dog.
Phew.
44 XP. Lovely stuff.
I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you. But then those monsters appeared.
What in the world is going on? I never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before. But never mind that now. Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant.
Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma.
You saved my bacon again. I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero. Not far to the top now. Typical. It would have to go and start raining, wouldn't it? Come on, let's get a move on.
Okay, so we're starting to get a handle of things now. Just these vines to climb and you'll nearly be there. Don't go losing your grip. Good advice. Ah, before I do that though, I'll check there's nothing like treasure chests around here. Must try and get into that habit of exploring. Very, very important. Although I can't see anything on this occasion. Right, okay, let's go. Wow, this does not look very safe. Yeah, let's try not to fall off here. Wow, the adults actually let the kids go and do this. Mind you, I think of all the dangerous things I did as a kid. Probably not much different, to be honest with you. Especially when you can fall without damage. Well, that's good to know, actually. So, some proper platforming here. It's getting tense. Anything down there? Rather not fall.
Here we are at last. It's such a shame about the weather. I was really looking forward to that view. Well, we better say the prayer and get this ceremony over with, eh? What was that? Help me! Wow! That great big flash of lightning. It was almost like you made it happen. Look! The mark on your hand! Huh? Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later. All I know is that you saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now, we really had better be finishing up this ceremony. Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. Lift your voices up in prayer, sing it across all our drear. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore. Wow! Look! It just goes on and on and on. Whoever dreamed up this ceremony must have had this in mind. They wanted to show us how huge our world really is. Well, that's it. It's all over and now we're grown-ups. Should we head down and tell Grandad and everyone? They'll all be waiting for us at the bottom.
Okay, so we've completed the objective here, and I'll just check once again that there's nothing else to grab. Looks like there might be something sparkly over here. Some pink pie. And that seems to be about it, so we'll head back. And we don't have to actually make our way back manually. The game will lead us there automatically. Where's that statue that we saw earlier? It's a little bit further down, wasn't it? It's alright. I was just thinking about saving our game, you see. And I believe we might be able to here. No, there are actually save statues, but it's not this one. There's save statues and there's churches as well. We can save at either location. But there's also an auto-save system in the game. But when we come across the manual points, I'll mention those as well. So everyone seems happy that we've managed to make our way to the top here and come back down alive. And we'll go and find the mayor. And the grandmother. Okay, so I'm looking for NPCs. Oh, there they are. I'm assuming with the purpley icon over them. But no need, just run up to the whole group here.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you. Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it, the spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
Oh, it was wonderful. I saw the sea stretching to the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestonians now. Only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such breathtaking fashion, you know. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may await you out there. Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
Come on, you. Home time.
Okay, so it looks like we've got through the main introduction. I guess it can serve as a tutorial, that beginning bit of the game, since the combat isn't particularly challenging, and you do get little tips and tricks as you make your way through there. I'm assuming that is one of the save churches that I mentioned earlier on. So we will explore places and we'll find all this stuff out. And we've got the Coming of Age trophy, actually. PS4 trophy there. Completing the ceremony that signifies the onset of adulthood. And we can chat to this person here. We've forgotten where we live. Okay, follow the paving stones and we'll find out where we live. So we will explore all of these places, but first of all, I'd like to just figure out how we can save the game so that we can call the first episode quits at that point, I think. So let's head over here. I'll just show you where this is on the map. Right, and we can chat to the NPC. Oh, this is quaint, isn't it? Right, there's actually multiple things we can do at church. We can save, which is the confession option. And then we've got these other options as well. Divination is kind of useless because it just shows us how much experience we need to level, but we can also just access that at any point from the main menu. Resurrection, I'm not going to use this now. Will bring any dead party members back to life. Purification will remove poison. Benediction will remove curses. I believe there is actually a charge for these three items. Not for this one here, Divination. But for these three you might have to pay, so just bear that in mind. But for now we're going to go ahead and save our game. So this will allow us to create a manual save. There is 9 manual saves that are possible to be made in the game. Oh yeah, there we go. So we just have to go across the pages to see the other 6. But there's also an auto-save as well. So the auto-save isn't shown here. This isn't the auto-save, I don't think, because the playtime is 0:0. And there we have it. Alright then guys, so 45 minutes in, I think we'll take a break at this point. I'll get this edited and uploaded. So let me know what you think of Dragon Quest XI so far, guys. And also if you are going to be playing this game as well. So thanks for stopping by today, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And that should notify you of when I upload more of these episodes in the future. But thanks for stopping by today. I'll see you next time.